I'm going to destroy those arguments one by one. Let's start with, I don't have any pockets.
Okay.
Are you wearing shoes? Is money flat? Just put the money under your foot in your shoe.
Do you want my shoe dollar?
Is it a tip? I'll take it.
Oh.
Case before the court. Do you tip at an open bar?
That's a pretty simple question, cut and dry. But it was asked to us by a friend who does some bartending on the side.
Worked an event at a local conference center, and it was right before Christmas, and she said, I don't think the jar was empty, but she was very surprised how low the tips were.
Not a lot of tips coming her way.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm not surprised because I wouldn't tip if it was a company party and it was open bar. Like, that's on my boss. May I present?
Help me better understand where you're coming from, why you do not, Claire, tip at an open bar.
Well, it's an open bar, and whoever was ordering the bar and said, I want to do this for my guests on behalf of the people, either the father of the bride or whoever's hosting the party, they wanted to incur that cost for their guests so that I wouldn't have to worry about things like that. So I am just assuming that that's what they intended, is hey, don't worry about it. I'll tip them at the end of the night. I'm covering the drinks. I'm covering all of that. So why would I tip the bartender? Because they are already doing it. Also, just from a standpoint of where do I put it? Sometimes a dress doesn't always have the means for pockets and places to put the cash that I'm carrying with me. So if it's a wedding and I was just a bridesmaid, I carried a bouquet all day long. I'm sorry, I didn't bring a bag with me. It was a whole day of doing whatever she told me to do. So I don't have any cash on me right now. So it's also not a law. And I know a lot of it is not a law. And I know a lot of places are short-staffed because, servers don't always make minimum wage. But maybe that's something we should change. And maybe we could change it by not always tipping.
So you're going to force the law for minimum wage to get changed by not paying people?
Force change.
Okay.
I think that it is an idea. And maybe we could be radical here and make it happen.
I'm going to destroy those arguments one by one. Let's start with, I don't have any pockets.
Okay.
Are you wearing shoes? Is money flat? Just put the money under your foot in your shoe.
Do you want my shoe dollar?
Is it a tip? I'll take it.
Oh.
Is it a tip? I'll take it. The server is not working for the company.
So worried about my cash now. What's in my wallet?
The server is not working for the father of the bride. The server is there to make sure the guests have a good time. And as we all know in business, you reward good behavior, right? As a parent, you reward the behavior you want to see. If you see somebody slinging drinks and they're doing a great job and they're making sure you're having a good time, because that's part of their job, and maybe if you give them a little extra on the front end, maybe they'll give you a little extra, if you get what I'm saying, on the back end.
So you're saying
If. I've had it quite a few times that, remember me, I just put a 5, a 20 in this tip jar. I'll be back for more wine, and maybe that wine pour will just get a little further up, a little further up, a little further up. Let's all also understand this. We've been to weddings and we've been to parties where at the end of the night, there are those people that do consume too much, and the bartender still has to engage with those people. This is kind of sorry about my friend money. If you think about it, it gives the bartender at least something to feel better about, because they still have to engage with the morons that drink way too much.
The morons should tip.
Everybody should tip. Everybody. Morons, Claire's.
Like a GoFundMe for morons.
You wanted to basically not have tipping to change the law. How does that make any more sense? Makes no sense at all.
It makes total sense.
How does it make total sense?
Because if we all just don't tip, then you have to pay them more because nobody's going to want to do it.
Nobody's going to pay them more either. That's the problem. We've been facing. We don't have to. We've had this argument forever.
More.
I agree. We all agree people need to be paid more, but that's not happened for 20 years. Why is not tipping going to change that? That's not going to change it at all. Good luck. It's the right thing to do. It's the nice thing to do, especially coming through a pandemic where servers were not even working for months and almost a year at a time. If you are in a social situation and the bar is open, you're not paying for the drinks. Do what's right. Put in a 1 or a 5 or a 20. Make sure to tip your bartender. As a former bartender, we thank you.
Well, tip or don't? That is the question today. I say don't.
I say do.
You say do. But what say you, members of the esteemed jury?
Absolutely, I agree with you, Eric.
Thank you very much.
Vote for you.
Thanks for also drawing out your answer.
Yeah.
Hey, it is Jury in a Hurry. It's an open bar. Do you tip? Yes or no?
Yes, this is from a former waitress. in a
Another
bar.
former server.
Okay,
I think the
okay.
serving community is up and ready to talk.
They're ready to get me.
Hey, it's Jury in a Hurry. You're at an open bar. Do you tip? Yes or no?
Always. I think Claire is wrong.
Oh,
First
Claire.
of all,
There's
if,
the first time for
if
everything.
someone is if someone is taking the major payment of covering an open bar, what's $5-10 off of your wallet if you don't have to pay the $5-10 every time you get a drink?
That's a good point.
It was a
Claire.
gift.
But give the rest of the gift to the server who deserves it.
My gift.
Hi, it's Jury in a Hurry. It's an open bar. Are you tipping? Yes or no?
Yes, you have your cell phone on you. You can Facebook tip.
Oh, good point. Like Venmo or Facebook tip. Find other ways to tip them if you don't have cash.
pay
There, that
people.
answers the question.
Oh.
Bridesmaid without pockets. And if you
Bartenders
don't,
with Venmo? I kind of like that,
and
actually.
if you don't carry shoe money, which was my recommendation,
Shoe money? Really?
I mean, that's gross.
it is gross. Jury in a Hurry. Open bar. Tipping. Yes or no?
You absolutely tip. You have to. And you tip off the bat because then they remember you when you come up and maybe you get ahead in line.
Yeah, you tip off the bat, get you a little better place in line. We're on the
absolutely
same
have
page. He and I are on the same page. Thank you very much,
I
Jury.
gotta have
Appreciate
There's
it.
got to be somebody out there who agrees with me.
You really think there's somebody out there that agrees with you?
It's a possibility.
Well, I'm up right now 5-0.
Yeah, you have a commanding lead, Eric. I know.
Jury in a Hurry. It is an open bar. Do you tip? Yes or no?
Yes.
There's another yes.
Okay, well,
That's
this
a-
is going very quickly.
That's a 6. I
Going-
need a 7.
Going on.
Jury in a Hurry. Open bar. Do you tip? Yes or no?
Yes, I was a wedding bartender. You absolutely have to tip.
Absolutely have to tip.
It's not
Claire.
a law.
Have to tip.
Make it a law. Just be nice. Just be a nice
Sorry,
human. Doesn't have to be a
Claire.
law. Hey, you know what, Jur? Thanks for pushing me over the edge. You're my winning vote. I appreciate you.
Congratulations, you
Consider me
guys.
giving you a tip for the vote. I just bought a vote. Thank you very
I
much.
think that's illegal, actually.
That is illegal.
The morning scramble, C102.5.